G'day everybody, welcome to Draft Day 2024 and a happy Father's Day.
Feeling good. Yeah, we've done a lot of work in preparation for today. A lot of analysis, a lot of numbers, and now we just need to, put our best foot forward, so feeling good.
Particularly explosive players too, Finchy, who rely on, they take it on quick, they don't build into innings often when bats in hand, and that's a bit of Deandra Dotton. So the Stars have submitted their pick.
I wonder if it's a top order batter to join Meg Lanning.
So let's wait for that selection.
Meg, Dipti Sharma, was that always the plan?
Yeah, we're pretty happy with that selection. She's shown that she's a world-class player, played with her recently in the 100 as well, so looking forward to playing with her again.
What kind of role will she fill for you guys?
Well, I think the great thing with Deepti is there's multiple roles, obviously with bat and ball, but generally sort of anywhere in the lineup, really, wherever we see fit. So we look forward to welcoming her.
So the Renegades have taken a retention player elsewhere else. Capsey is in with their pick 22 in the draft. So
there's a little bit of byplay happening between the Renegades and the Stars. Players kind of swapping. Do you feel that rivalry when you see them play?
Yeah, you do. I think it's really interesting, isn't it? I think probably started with the Hurricanes over there and throwing a few barbs to start the draft. But I think it's really exciting. It's obviously putting people under pressure.
So the Stars haven't retained, so Capsey crosses from the green to the red. Bit of belief and a bit of positivity, and can see players sometimes reach a higher level. Can't we? We think there's more. We need you to produce more. We believe you can, and sometimes they do, and that's when you get the big wins in sport, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. And sometimes a chip on the shoulder too.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you've got a point to prove, you can sort of sometimes see players really digging in.
So the Stars have added Bhatia to their list, Sharma, Cap, and now this outstanding Indian cricketer comes into the mix, Yastika Bhatia, and this is, again, it's evolving and developing into a fantastic draft pool, isn't it?
Well, we're seeing the most Indians that we've ever seen in the WBBL. I think the most was maybe two, Soph, if my memory serves me right. So Yastika Bhatia, a keeper, also can bat at the top, left-hander, ability to kind of really work the ball around.
Well, relieved actually. That was exactly the plan we had going in. We did a lot of work, I think we've spoken about through our sort of other content pieces about the role that we needed, and Sharma was number one for us. So wrapped to get her. Obviously Cap at 2 we knew, and then Bharti was the one that we wanted at 3. So three from three. Good start. I was certain even the Renegades were looking at her, I think. So to get her at pick 4 was a bit of a surprise. We did have other options. We probably would have gone Chloe Tryon as the alternative, but once she was available, we grabbed her.
So I can't believe how seamless the transition was from the WBBL crew to the BBL. They're very well behaved, these blokes, and they have got themselves into position on time, which is a miracle in and of itself. And the Melbourne Stars are first up. They've got retention rights all over the place available to them with the first pick of the draft. I mean, what might you be looking at, do you think?
Oh, I think they definitely need to strengthen their top order batting, and then spinner and fast bowler. They've obviously pre-signed Tom Curran, so where they have to use him in the draft will be really interesting. But I think they've got a lot of experience in the top order. You think of Maxwell and Stoinis. Bo Webster's been impressive in the last couple of seasons, as has Hilton Cartwright. But I think somebody to just shore up that top order.
And the pick is in. And we were talking about Ben Duckett before the draft, and with the first pick of the BBL draft 2024, they have selected the English opener Ben Duckett.
Yeah, he's a good player. He's been in really good form across all formats of the game, and he's somebody who's been so dynamic in T20 cricket in the UK as well. So maybe bigger square boundaries that they can use him at the top of the order, trying to expose teams who are looking to shut down one side of the ground to him. But yeah, he's somebody who plays all around the ground.
It'll give the club some leverage to try and get players to stay for the full tournament and try and almost get them away from other tournaments around the world as well.
So Usama Moore has been picked up by the Melbourne Stars to add to Duckett and Curran. It's beginning to become a very interesting draft hand that the Stars are putting together here.
Yeah, it certainly is. And I mean, when you've got an option of a player that you've seen before as well, and you've had him amongst your side, that makes it all the more attractive. And I am a little bit surprised that he slid down to the third round, Osama Mir. I think that he's a quality player who can be really important for the Melbourne Stars, and
having pick 1 means that we had certainty for pick 1 and pick 9. The one that we were unsure about was Osama Mir. Initially, he'd nominated for gold, and we did want him to sort of nominate for silver, which eventually he did. Our concern was if someone had have taken him in either of the 2 gold rounds as a gold pick, we couldn't have retained. If they had have taken him as a silver pick, we could have. And then once a couple of the clubs that we thought had eyes on him passed, we felt pretty certain. Yeah, it always gets a bit easier. It doesn't take away the amount of work that you put in. And we've been working on this for months. And interestingly, you know, you do all this work, and I think all the clubs put that amount of work in, but it sort of boils down to the same players in some respects, you know, looking to fill the same list spots for the same needs. So ultimately, I think it's a great process. I'd love to see it a bit earlier in the year. We find that availability becomes an issue because players commit to IL deals or SA deals. So I think the draft is a good concept, but I'd love to see it in even April.